Talbot starting in net and Hunt in for Nikitin and everything else the same?
As of now, yeah.
What's your status on Davidson? Is he practicing? Is he close?
He practiced yesterday and he's close. I expect him to be ready for Anaheim, if everything goes well.
Brad is a guy who can excel on the power play. That's probably the forte, and that's an area, especially the month of December. Todd, what have you not seen from your power play in the last 12 games?
There's been a variety of different symptoms. It's hard just to pinpoint one thing. We haven't won many face-offs, so as a result, we start breaking out. Use up a lot of energy and create a lot of frustration in that area. Our entries, when they have been clean, we haven't been able to set up or execute off of it. And we really haven't established any type of shooting mentality on our power play. We're willing to move it around a little bit, but the goaltender never works. And we don't break penalty kills down because we're not prepared to shoot. So we need to fix a few things. We worked on a lot yesterday, and will we have the magic wand tonight? I don't know. It's still going to take some time. It's going to take some good practice time, which we will get coming up in the next week or two.
Anton Lander is a guy who will obviously help you in face-offs. Last year he had success in the power play, just kind of with the garbage goals in front. Do you need more of a consistent net front presence, do you think, in your power play?
Well, what comes first, the shot or the net front? You know, I'm not going to keep running to the end zone if the quarterback never throws the ball there. I'd be an idiot. You know, so if people are willing to shoot it and get it there, well, then I'm prepared to go there. But in turn, if we're shooting and we're not there, so it's a catch-22, and Anton will get an opportunity because he is good in the face-off circle. You know, you look at his numbers and you go, really, on the power play? But, you know, there are elements to a power play that are important, and face-offs being one, and net presence being another, and maybe he can provide that for us.
A power play, as a coach, do you even care as long as the shots are going at the net? If they miss the net, it doesn't matter. At least there's a scramble.
Well, I think you break down. Penalty kills are so good right now. They're well positioned. There are some real pretty power play goals. About every second night you see one on TSN. Yeah, you know, so you see pucks going through the penalty kills, but a lot of them come off of you know, a shot or rebound, and then somebody's out of position. You catch somebody and you re-attack. That's where we have to start creating more.
You have some time on home ice now to maybe try and dig in a little bit and pick up some points. The difference between home ice for you and the matchups, is this still a team that obviously it's a big difference for you to have those last years?
Well, I think it makes, you know, our record indicates that it makes a difference. I wouldn't say that that's our, you know, that makes the wins more accessible at home and the losses greater on the road. I don't think so. I think there's some things that we need to do better away from our arena, and we'll work on that when we get to it. But we've been able to have some success here. There's an energy in the building, and there has been for a while now, that I think we can capture. And it's our job as a team, as a group of players, to keep that energy up and keep our fans excited and believing. And we'll try and do that on this homestand. Now, we start against two pretty good division rivals, big, strong teams. We played a couple good games against LA. We came out in the short end, but we were there and competing with them. We expect that again tonight.
Now would you play Draisaitl against Kopitar, kind of like, because Nuge has always had to go against Draisaitl.
Yeah.
Or is that too much for the...
Well, I think anybody that gets that task is biting off a lot. Anse's been a tremendous player for years. He's won championships. You know, his record speaks for itself, and he's got that size element. So whether it's Nuge or Leon or Lateste, whoever gets that assignment, and it could vary throughout the night, you're going to have to be prepared to haul around a big body. But, you know, you look over at one wing and you see Lucic over there, and he's not a small man by any means. So the whole line has to play against size and heaviness.
Has that been an education for Leon on the last road trip too? He was, you know, Bergeron, and he was seeing.
Yeah, I think.
Is that all part of?
I think that's fair to say. I think. No, that's definitely fair to say. You know, Leon's been tremendous offensively, and the creativity's been there, but there are some playoff-style games where the free flow and the nice plays don't quite exist, and you have to find ways to be effective in those areas. And I'm not saying Leon hasn't, but he's experiencing it more now than maybe he has earlier.
Todd, when you guys are hemmed in your own end, there's a lot of focus, I think sometimes what's happening below the hash marks, but I'm wondering what you see from your team between the top of the circle and your own blue line when you're trying to move that puck up.
Well, there's two parts to defensive play. There's the part where there's a 50-50 puck and you have a chance to break out. And we've worked a lot on that, rehearsed breakouts, responsibilities, area play. And from about the tops of the circles to the blue line, that area, that last 15, 20 feet, is real important for our hockey club right now, especially the way teams have been pinching against us and against our D. At times, it can become a desperate area, and you just give the puck back to them. I'd like us to get beyond that. I'd like it to be a guaranteed area, and us holding onto the puck and making plays out of there. But I don't know if we're quite at that point yet. When we're defending, they've got the puck now, and we're not breaking out. We've tried to change a few things in our defensive habits. Doubling down on pucks and that type of stuff hasn't proven very effective to us. So better positionally, be in shooting lanes a little bit more. There's a lot of motion up top with the very experienced teams. We'll see that tonight with Los Angeles, where they roll around a lot, and we're working on that part of our game as well.
You mentioned Davidson. Bomb
Still hasn't skated, so no. So you can, don't count on him today or, Saturday.
If I may, Cassian, assuming that he does make his way up here at some point, you've been in the game a long time. This is a guy that, through his role and through, just playing against the Oilers, he was not well liked in your room when he was in the other team's sweater. How do you integrate that guy in with your team? Have you ever gone through this before? This isn't just another guy coming in. This was a guy that was very much disliked in that room.
Rafi Torres. He was a factor when we were in San Jose against our club Final Four in Vancouver. Big hit, and Joe Thornton separated his shoulder. The villains exist all over the place, and when they arrive and they're in your locker room, you have to find ways to put the past behind you and accept the individual for what he is and believe that he can help you. And if that belief exists, then you can coexist. And if Zach does what he's supposed to do and gets himself up and running and works his way back to the National League, I expect our guys to welcome him, knowing that he can help them win.
Is this a leadership thing? You count on your leaders to make sure that process works that way?
Well, I think it's twofold. Leadership and the followers too. Like sometimes I don't know who's more important. Are the three leaders or the 17 followers? Who's more important? The group as a whole has to be prepared. And one of the things that happens is when you bring a player up, that means somebody's not in the lineup. So the group is affected because somebody's coming out and somebody's coming in. That triggers emotion, and therefore the player that's coming up has to be able to contribute and provide something for the team to have success, and then everything's okay.
You in a situation now where Andrews has given up a lot of goals the last little while, so you're just going to ride Cam now for a bit?
We're going to play Cam tonight, and then we'll see what happens. So we'll see as we go forward. We're gonna play the hot goaltender.
Quickly on Jujhar Khaira, usually they don't like to have a young guy sit that long.
Mm-hmm.
What's the plan with him, and what do you need to see from him when he comes?
He's here today, and we'll reevaluate as we're getting close. I think Rob Klinkhammer's getting close to coming back again. So we'll have to make some decisions on JJ. I think he's going to need some time eventually to play again, but I like the fact that he's been around our group. Excuse me. He's been able to experience the league, and he's been able to practice. He's been through meetings. He's understand the intensity of the league. So we'll make some decisions on him moving forward.